Hey folks, today we're going to be looking at the DJI Mavic Mini. I've tested it out thoroughly and have a few flights underneath my belt. In this video, I'm going to do the features and the limitations of the DJI Mavic Mini. So here's the stats. It's under 249 grams, so it means that you don't have to register it. The max resolution of the camera is 2.7K, which is plenty for YouTube videos, and has a 3-axis motorized gimbal for ultra smooth video. The drone can get up to 45 km per hour. Here's a short video of the video capability of the DJI Mavic Mini. It has a max transmission of 4 km and a max flight time of 30 minutes, which is pretty impressive for the size of this drone. The downside of it being so light is that there are no obstacle avoidance sensors. One of the biggest cons about the DJI Mavic Mini is when you're in sports mode going full throttle, the gimbal suddenly goes around 4 to 5 degrees down, and it could really ruin your shot. To test the DJI Mavic Mini's accuracy for the return to home button, I flew it 200 meters away and then pressed the return to home button, and see how close it landed to the center of the landing pad. I repeated this 3 times. On the first attempt, the drone was around a meter away from the landing pad. On the second attempt, it was 1.6 meters away from the center of the landing pad. It was so far off, it was going to land on the grass. I didn't want to land it because it could ruin the gimbal or the propellers. And yes, I did update the home point every single time. In rural areas, I got up to 3 kilometers without any video transmission dropping out. But after 3 kilometers, the video transmission cut out. In the metropolitan areas, I got only around 600 to 800 meters, jumping into the camera topic of the drone. The Mavic Mini is surprisingly good for everyday shots, especially when the lighting is good. In terms of camera capabilities, the footage is really nice. It's a bit too sharpened and oversaturated, but that's not a bad thing. So 99% of people won't have to worry about color grading their footage. Here are a few photos that I took. Unfortunately, the Mavic Mini does not support RAW photos, which is not much of a big deal for most people. Overall, the Mavic Mini has great video and photo quality, which is great for the casual flyer. One of the best features about the Mavic Mini is that it uses micro USB to charge, which means you can charge the drone with any USB port. Now let's go through the pros and the cons of the DJI Mavic Mini. So starting off with the pros, it's a cheap way to get into the hobby. The build quality is great. It's extremely light, compact, and portable. It creates crisp video and good photos. It has a very long flight time. And lastly, it can be charged via a power bank or a USB in your car. As of the negatives, there's no 4K recording, there's no raw photos or flat color profiles. There's a lack of many intelligent flight modes, and the range greatly depends on the Wi-Fi density. And as you can see, the pros outweigh the cons. And that summarizes my thoughts on the drone. It's not perfect, but for the money, it's definitely the best drone that you can get. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.